Welcome back to The Explainer. Look, if you've been paying any attention to the news lately, you already know the AI narrative has completely flipped. We're definitely not just talking about chatbots writing your emails or generating funny pictures anymore. Here in 2026, AI has legitimately become a foundational layer of human progress. Today, we're going to explore the data, the massive breakthroughs, and the heavy-duty hardware that's literally reshaping what is medically and globally possible. 5 years. Just let that sink in for a second. We're kicking things off today with a cold open on an AI lung cancer prediction breakthrough that frankly changes everything about how we view mortality. Researchers at the Crick Institute are now using machine learning to predict lung cancer a full 5 years before traditional methods can spot a thing. That's the difference between a tragic, late-stage diagnosis and a highly treatable condition. So here's our micro to macro journey for today's explainer. We'll start with that massive lung cancer breakthrough, then look at life sciences and conservation, the 2026 AI arms race, hardware and quantum leaps, how agents are reshaping global business, and finally, we'll ask if it's time to hit the brake pedal. Okay, let's jump right into section 1, AI's lung cancer breakthrough, where death is increasingly becoming a question of timing rather than just fate. So let's dive into this, because it's absolutely crucial. The Crick Institute didn't just build, a better X-ray scanner. They actually used machine learning to discover this highly specific 14-protein plasma signature in human blood. By finding that exact signature, the AI flags the presence of lung cancer half a decade earlier than we ever could before. But get this, it goes a step further. The model also identifies exactly which patients will benefit most from specific treatments, like targeted anti-IL-1 beta therapies. We're talking about precision medicine operating at a scale and speed that was literal science fiction just a few years ago. This is our emotional anchor for today. AI is directly, measurably saving lives. Moving right along to section 2, life sciences and conservation, focusing on how we are clearing some massive data bottlenecks. And this brilliantly illustrates what's happening across the broader biological landscape right now. AI is just rapidly clearing out these massive data traffic jams globally. OpenAI recently released GPT-Rosalind specifically for enterprise-scale drug discovery. Over at Columbia University, scientists are using advanced tools to base edit genes in human embryos without the chromosomal damage you'd usually get from CRISPR. Meanwhile, in the UK, they are using regulatory sandboxes, basically safe, highly controlled testing environments, for AI devices to clear a massive backlog of 750,000 unreported medical scans. Just imagine how many lives are waiting in that backlog. Oh, and in Australia, Wild Obs AI is analyzing millions of remote camera images in the cloud to instantly flag invasive wildlife species. It's happening everywhere. So, who exactly is building the engines behind these miracles? Let's transition to section 3, the 2026 AI arms race, driven by massive open models. Now, what's really interesting about the data we have right here is the clear, undeniable trend toward massive, open-source reasoning models dominating the 2026 landscape. Look at DeepSeek's v3.2 pulling off gold medal math performances under a completely open MIT license. Mistral AI has their Mistral Large 3, utilizing a mixture of experts architecture. That basically means it only activates specific parts of its digital brain for specific tasks, so it stays incredibly efficient. Microsoft's built their own homegrown MIT Thinking 1, and the Allen Institute's Olma 3 is fully open, which totally wipes away those usual black box mysteries by actually sharing its training data with the world. But actually, scratch that. It's not just the models themselves, it's the way we're using them that's shifting. Welcome to the era of agent swarms. Instead of relying on one gigantic AI to just do everything for us, we're now deploying multi-agent networks. Think of it like an ant swarm. They collaborate, they verify each other's code, and they solve complex problems way more reliably. This is fundamentally changing corporate workflows from the ground up. Of course, to run these massive swarms, you need some serious physical infrastructure. That brings us to section 4, hardware and quantum leaps, and the race for compute power. As NVIDIA's Jensen Huang pointed out recently, we are looking at literally the largest infrastructure build-out in human history. We've got Google rolling out its Ironwood TPU, which is this highly specialized, ultra-efficient chip powering Google Cloud. But on the flip side, U.S. export restrictions are forcing major Chinese tech firms to aggressively accelerate their own homegrown AI chips. The geopolitical race for compute power is just incredibly intense right now. And tracking right alongside the AI boom, we have the quantum timeline. Back in May 2026, the U.S. government proposed a staggering $1 billion CHIPS Act award to help IBM build a U.S. quantum wafer manufacturing foundry. Well, the market definitely noticed, sending IBM's stock up nearly 27%. IBM is planning to invest $10 billion into quantum, targeting the release of their quantum Starling by 2029. Make no mistake, quantum computing has officially become a top-tier national strategic priority. Let's zoom out to the macro level now for Section 5, Agents Reshaping Global Business, and how this hardware and software combo is redesigning corporate workflows. I want to draw your attention to this McKinsey data on mergers and acquisitions because it reveals something pretty incredible. Notice those factors driving adoption. A massive 71% of respondents are now relying on generative AI for integration and separation in deal-making. AI isn't some shiny gimmick here. It's a legitimate strategic partner that's actively analyzing earnings calls and patent activity to find high-quality assets in the middle market. It is actively expanding the universe of viable M&A targets. So, the crucial takeaway here is captured perfectly by this quote. We're looking at the decade of agents, not the year. We have officially moved past the hype cycle and into highly practical, reliable workflows. Just as an example, private equity analysts are now running local AI agents right on their laptops to scan highly sensitive deal documents. The local agent automatically redacts the personal info and then only sends the heavy-duty reasoning tasks up to the cloud models. The privacy is maintained and efficiency just skyrockets. It's a total game changer. But all this rapid advancement brings us to our final, and frankly, most sobering topic today. Section 6. Time for a brake pedal? Let's talk about safety and safeguards. Look, with all the well-deserved optimism around saving lives and boosting business, we absolutely cannot ignore the safety aspect. Anthropic recently issued a pretty stark warning. They're seeing AI systems advancing so quickly that they might soon be capable of self-improvement without any human oversight during deployment. Think about that. Our current safety frameworks were built to test models between training runs, not to monitor models that update themselves in real time while they're out in the wild. Because of this, Anthropic is heavily urging the development of a technical brake pedal, a built-in safeguard that can slow or completely halt an AI system if it starts improving faster than humans can actually monitor it. Which brings us full circle and leaves us with a final, very provocative question to chew on. Are we ready to build the brake pedal? We've seen today how AI is this incredible foundational tool, predicting lung cancer years in advance, tracking endangered species, and totally streamlining global business. But as we start deploying these self-improving agent swarms, ensuring we have the tools to safely control them is, without a doubt, the defining challenge of our time. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer. Keep learning, stay curious, and I'll catch you next time.